Jessica Teves, and I'm the managing editor at Refinery29. I went to Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida. I started as pre-law, which did not last more than a semester, and then I ended up as an anthropology major. And I kept thinking, okay, well, I will somehow parlay this into a career, and I knew that I wanted to write. I knew that I needed that creative element in my life, but I wasn't sure how the two would come together. And luckily, it just sort of happened over time. I moved to LA and no one would hire me, absolutely no one. And so I ended up taking this job working for a cancer foundation, specifically prostate cancer. And they hired me to write their educational literature. And it was there that I felt like I really learned how to edit. It was 3 years where I just sort of busted my butt. I started freelancing for a now non-existent magazine, and I realized that fashion was sort of a driving force in my life, both personally, but I also wanted it to become something that I did professionally. I was really fortunate that there was a magazine starting in Westchester County about country clubs. It was sort of a hybrid between a town and country and, let's say, a tennis and golf magazine. I started as their managing editor and did everything under the sun. From there, I actually went on to fashionablebride.com, where I was the editor-in-chief. Busy. It's really busy. I love every minute of it, but it's really busy. I typically wake up in the morning and answer emails. I'm not really a morning person, but I somehow get a few emails out the door. A big part of my day is making sure that our content is on brand, that it's reflective of our mission, which is to empower personal style. Going back to sort of like how I got to this point, you know, in that first job out of college, which you could in some way, shape, or form look back on it and say, wow, that's not going to have any sort of impact on what I do today. But in fact, it has a huge impact, because one of the things that I learned while I was there was the importance of staying on brand and staying true to what it is that you're doing, not jumping topics, making sure that you're consistent across the board, because your readers come to expect a certain thing. And it doesn't mean that you can't take risks, but it also means that you need to understand who you are. My favorite part has to be the energy here. It inspires me daily. Our writers and our editors are some of the best that I've ever worked with in my life. I feel like it's actually even influenced my sense of style as well, allowed me to maybe take a few more risks. I tend to trend towards very basic attire, and sometimes I can see myself in a store and I'm like, maybe I should try this out. But I think the biggest thing is that, yeah, these girls really, and guys, inspire me to just try new things. Oh my God. You're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I mean, I probably have a laundry list of things that I wore. I definitely, bell bottoms were in there, or something along those lines. I might have worn a lot of Lily Pulitzer. I think the biggest fashion regret, truthfully though, from college is not feeling confident enough to wear what I really wanted to wear. An amazing pair of jeans. Amazing. That you can wear to class and then you can throw on with heels for night. I think you should have a killer tote bag. And I say that only because I'm not really into backpacks for some reason, even though they're so much more practical. And I'm probably like one day gonna walk with like a permanent hunch, or like, I don't know, it'll never work for me. Those are two big essentials that you need to have. And then I also believe firmly that you need to have a fabulous dorm room. It's where you study, it's where you congregate with your friends, and I think that your dorm room should be as much an extension of your personality as your wardrobe. The biggest thing that I can say, and I know that so many people harp on this, is try to get as much intern experience as possible. While being in the classroom is immensely important, I think that those internships give you that real life ability to interact with professionals and see things in a work environment, to give you an understanding of if you really do want to try and move in that career, in that path. And don't be afraid to try out new things. Again, I think that one of the biggest things that plagues certain people in college, and I know that it plagued me, was that just being fearful that I would make mistakes. But I think the honest to God truth is that it's almost your time to make mistakes. You're always going to make mistakes, but from those mistakes you really truly learn what you want to do.